Every once in a while, football presents a moment that isn't about the player himself, but about what his arrival represents. That moment is Cristiano Orozco's signing. Not a viral teenager, not a commercial signing, but a calculated move that fits Manchester United's new identity. Before diving deep into his journey and what he symbolizes, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what comes next might define a decade at Old Trafford. Orozco arrives in a context powered by Christopher Vivell, the mastermind behind a recruitment rebuild modeled on early scouting and long-term profiling. For years, United waited too long. Moises Caicedo was the lesson. Available for almost nothing, United stepped aside, Brighton acted, and the rest became history. This time, the club refused to repeat that mistake. They didn't wait for hype, they built it. Cristiano Orozco was born in Colombia on July 13th, 2008. While most teenagers were still discovering where they belonged on the pitch, Orozco was already making waves at Rojo FC. Small environment, but an environment that shapes mentality, urgency, and discipline. Those are the places that produce leaders. When he joined Fortaleza CF, everything began to sharpen. Coaches saw not only talent, but presence. His footballing intelligence was very visible, but even more visible was his authority. At 15, he was not waiting to be instructed, he was leading. That's why when Colombia assembled their under-17 squad, he didn't just make the list. He took the captain's armband. He captained every match he played. 9 matches, 9 times wearing the band. And when Colombia reached the South American U17 Championship final, it wasn't coincidence. It was leadership driving it. Let's break down the profile United actually bought. Yes, Orozco is a defensive midfielder, but calling him just a destroyer would ignore half of what makes him special. He wins duels, covers space, anticipates danger early, but his real strength is receiving pressure without panic. Watch closely. He angles his body before receiving. He creates passing lanes instantly. He looks forward before sideways. That is what high-level football requires. Some see shades of young Kobbie Mainoo, not the polished version who controls Premier League midfields, but the early foundation. Calm, progressive, composed. Others see hints of young Frenkie de Jong, the Ajax version who carried play from deep areas. But here's what matters. Cristiano Orozco is not a copy of anyone. His unique trait is authority. That cannot be coached. It can only be developed internally. Now we arrive at the tactical truth. United are transitioning. Casemiro is near the exit door. Ugarte has shown flashes, but hasn't cemented himself. Mainoo is evolving beyond single pivot responsibility, and that leaves a pathway, a realistic one, for Orozco. He fits the anchor role. He fits long-term structural balance. He fits the plan United are building. Picture this long-term midfield. Mainoo, advanced and dynamic. Bruno Fernandes, creative and free. Cristiano Orozco, shielding, recovering, organizing. That is football architecture. Not today, but soon. United are collecting leaders early. Chido Obi, Sekou Kone, Diego Leon, Aiden Heaven, Cristiano Orozco. Each from different ecosystems, each identified before market inflation. This is not randomness, this is planning. But potential doesn't equal guarantee. The Premier League is brutal. Youth dominance doesn't translate automatically. Many names arrived with promise and faded quickly when facing experienced midfielders. Declan Rice and Rodri are not just footballers, they're systems. That's why mentality is everything. And Orozco has it. He doesn't disappear when tension rises. He becomes louder. He becomes more influential. He leads. That might be the separating factor between him and others who never fully transition. His signing doesn't just fill a squad spot. It introduces the possibility of a future identity-defining midfielder. So tell me, do you see him becoming the anchor of Manchester United's midfield, evolving into something close to Mainu or De Jong, or forming his own identity entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments. And before you leave, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because if this kid develops toward the level Scouts project, you will remember this moment as the beginning of a new cycle at Old Trafford.